Hello, we have Dr. Shilpi Gupta here with us today. Let's start with a small introduction.
Hello, I'm Dr. Shilpi Gupta and I'm a practicing endodontist and a dental surgeon working from last 21 years at Kailash Hospital, Noida. And it's my pleasure, Srishti, to be here today with you.
So let's start with a few questions on professional ethics and values. Can you describe a situation where you faced an ethical dilemma in your dental practice? How did you handle it and what were the outcomes?
Yeah, we keep facing a lot of ethical dilemmas in our practice. For example, like when a patient comes to us, and as you know that we have different specialities even in dentistry. Like we have a maxillofacial surgeon, we have an implantologist, I'm an endodontist and a conservative dentist and a cosmetic dentist. Likewise, we have a periodontist which is also a gum specialist. So we have different specialists in dentistry. But the patients are not really very much aware of all these specialities and they just come to you having faith in you. So when a patient comes to us, so many times what happens is that we are trying to treat all the cases on our own and not referring our cases where it should actually go. So that's the thing. So this is what, when a patient comes to us, so we have to be very sure whether we are the specialist in treating that patient, and if we feel that they can get a better treatment by this specialist, then we should definitely refer the patient to that particular specialization and just try to do what best we can do for the well-being of the patient.
So moving on to the next question, what steps do you take to ensure patient confidentiality and privacy in your practice?
Yeah, first of all, the most important thing when a patient walks into your clinic is to develop a rapport and confidence with the patient. So for that it is very important to be very patient and first listen to the patient very patiently and with a lot of compassion and without giving any advices to the patient. Because when a patient comes with a pain in the teeth or any other problem, the patient is in a lot of stress and trauma, and also the fear of coming into a dental clinic itself is very traumatic for the patient. So first we need to make the patient very comfortable, and a patient who is heard well is half treated. So keeping the patient in confidence is very important, and definitely whatever the patient is sharing with us, sometimes the patient might even share some personal things with us, so we have to keep it very confidential and not share it with anyone, and that we make sure with the patient that we don't, that whatever the patient is telling us, that it stays only with us and we don't spread it. But yeah, in some cases where the legal requirements are there, we might have to share the information with the concerned authorities.
So next question, how do you stay up to date with the latest advancements in dentistry practices to provide the highest quality of care to your patients?
Yeah, it's a very good question, Srishti. And it is, since with so many advancements, with so many new equipments coming up, new techniques coming up, it is very important for us to keep us updated by going to various conferences, by attending different sessions, different workshops. It is very important.
But how do you actually make this a part of your practice? How do you stay up to date? What methods and steps do you take?
Yeah, whatever earning we are having in our clinic, so we want to spend some amount into the latest equipments that are coming in the market. So we keep updating our clinics, as well as we take the proper training as to how to use those equipments and to learn the proper techniques.
Okay, so next question. Can you share an example of a time when you had to communicate difficult information to your patient? How did you approach it?
As I said earlier also, a patient who is heard well is half treated. So even if there is a difficult thing that we have to convey to the patient, so we have to be really compassionate with the patient and first understand the psychology of the patient and take the patient in a lot of confidence and with a lot of compassion. If we explain it to the patient takes it in a very positive manner.
How do you handle conflicts of interest, such as recommending treatments or products that may financially benefit you but may not be the best option for the patient?
So actually that is a big no-no in my practice. I keep the well-being of my patient at the utmost, and definitely first of all we try to, like if there is a mouthwash to be prescribed to a patient, and if it can be done with a warm saline gargles, then we would prefer to prescribe warm saline gargles instead of prescribing a mouthwash to the patient. And definitely we try to keep the medications to the minimum.
So, what are your long-term strategies on building trust and relationships with your patient?
Yeah, the first of all, as I said, that when the patient comes to us, he needs to be heard well. Especially there are so many patients that are coming to us who are old, elderly patients who have no one to talk to. So when they just, if we have compassion towards them, and if we give them time and we listen well to them, so half the battle is won, and the patient becomes very happy, and the patient has a good rapport with the dentist or the doctor. And then if we are really thinking of the well-being of the patient and not just about the money part, then the patient will definitely confide in you and will have trust on you and will give full cooperation in the treatment.
What is your approach to ensuring a safe and sterile environment in your dental practice?
That is the most important thing. So whatever instruments we are using in our hospital, we have a very big unit for sterilization, and whatever instruments we are using, everything goes to the CST, which is the central sterilization unit, and each and every instrument is packed separately and then autoclaved, and then it comes back to us, and then we open the pouches only in front of the patients.
So, one question, some things that you have learned about ethics and practices that have led you to success.
Yeah, so the first ethic is in our practices that we don't need to advertise. In medical sciences, advertisement is actually unethical. So whatever, when the patient comes to us, it is only through mouth-to-mouth publicity. So if we treat the patient well, if we give good results, and if we keep the well-being of the patient at the utmost, then definitely there is going to be mouth-to-mouth publicity, and patients are definitely going to come to us. So having transparency with the patients, then keeping the well-being of the patient at the utmost, not running behind the money. When you don't run behind the money runs behind you.
Okay, so one final question. Prepare, respect, implement, share and maintain. Which is the most important aspect for you?
Yeah, for me, I think respect is the most important, because when we give respect to someone, in return we also get respect, and it is very important to respect your patients.
Okay, thank you.